I've finally gotten a hold of the IK Multimedia Tonex Pedal, and we're going to give it a going over today, right here on GearGasms. Hi everybody, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host Alan Barnes. Today, courtesy of my friends and partners at zZounds.com, I've got the IK Multimedia Tonex Pedal. And I can't tell you how stoked I was to get this pedal until I looked out there and I found out there's already thousands and thousands of videos on it. So I'm going to have to do something different. What's that thing I'm going to do different? I'm going to tell you in just a second. But first, if you're new to the channel, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. This channel is kind of like Carrot Top's comedy. You'd think it was a lot funnier if I wasn't so darn handsome. Celebrating mediocrity. And so one of the shortcomings I think that people have discussed a lot about this is not having an effects loop and not really having built-in effects except like for some noise gate, compressor, and a little bit of digital reverb. And that's kind of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this, it's not going to be on my pedal board, but I'll wire it like it was, and it is going to be used as my rig. This will be my entire rig. I'll use it with my pedal board and a real amp so we can see how this might sound in a live situation. But before we do any of that, let's talk about the specs while we ooh and ah over some glorious B-roll. It can hold up to 150 separate Tonex tone models of your favorite pedals, amps, cabinets, or whole rig models at once. It comes with 1,000 premium tone models from IK Multimedia right off the bat, with limitless access to tone models on ToneNet. This little bad boy comes with 150 presets, organized into 50 banks of 3 preset slots. Onboard parametric EQ, gain control, and volume to adjust your sound. Built-in utility effects including advanced noise gate, compressor, 5 stereo reverbs. The front panel gives you access to your normal amp parameters, including gain, bass, mid, and treble. Going across the back, you've got an input, stereo outputs are just the left for mono, with stereo headphones out, fully implemented MIDI in and out, an external control jack for an external foot switch or expression control. Now that we've heard all about what's under the hood, let's see how it sounds. Starting off with the 5150, and just like the real 5150, you hear that hiss, right? It's great that it's the 5150 because we're going through my 5150. That pink cable, it is coming from my guitar, right? Because I got a pink cable here, but what? In between these two pink cables, I've got all my dirt pedals down the board. So it's going from my guitar into my dirt pedals, straight into the front of this amp, kind of like you would normally. Now there's no loop and people freak out about that, so I'm taking the output of my amp and I'm going straight into all my modulations, all the stuff that would normally be in the loop. Then I'm going out of my last mod pedal into the effects return on the EVH 5150. Now the setup on this is pretty good and simple. I have turned all the cabinets off, all the cabinet sims obviously because we're going through a cabinet. Now a lot of other people are using it not just with their pedal board. Another great idea to use, you could use it with like an HX Stomp. And then you just have all your effects presets, bip, 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 to bip. You can swap them, you can make them song based. You could probably control that thing through the MIDI. Now the first thing I notice about that tone is it's dry.
This is your mom.
Because that's how a lot of people like their 5150s. They like them dry. Now, I gotta say, in terms of realism, this first capture that they present you with, being an owner of 5150, yeah, it's realistic. They got that noise, right? That's no. One thing that lots of people like to do to a basic high gain tone, believe it or not, it ain't tight enough for them, or maybe they want a solo boost or whatever, they will add dirt pedal to the front of it, something like this, something god awful like this, believe it or not. That sounds pretty evil, don't it? Sounds pretty badass. It's 5150. You can get more gain here on the front, but what if you just want to just punch it up, make it a little tighter? Now, ironically, people that know these 5150 amps is like the fastest way to not get an eddy tone is to just go straight into a 5150 amp and just turn the gain up, because you're not going to get there, because that's not what it did. It kind of like the gain down a little bit. So let's start with that. Now you got something a little more usable, a little less noisy, but if you need a little extra push, you just do the tube screamer. Without it, with it. Oh yeah, I had a whole shit ton of eddy stuff going there. I had a delay, I had a phase 90. I put a tube screamer on it and punched it up a little bit. Can you boost it with some other kind of clean boost? I'm here to tell you. Let's find out. Kingdom Drive, cleanish side. Without it. With it. Now you can hear that reverb. So that's the first one, the 5150. You can just get crazy with it right away. I've done no manuals, I've done no much of looking. I've just figured it out, the basics. So let's go to another amp. Let's go to the next preset. A Plexi. Now right away, when I hear that, it just, I don't know. Is that a Plexi? It just sounds like it's had a wet blanket. Is there any way I can give it some more trebles? All right, I like that a little bit better. It needed something. It's still kind of lacking something. Let's get a more appropriate tone. We'll go single coil neck.
This guy stinks!
King of Drive. Tube screamer. Oh, so what we just proved there with some tap dancing is you can make the heart of this thing. You can make this the heart of your rig, and you can use it with your pedals. What about if you got a clean sound, Alan? Your twin, if you can see in camera 3. Just a touch of reverb on it, it sounds amazing, right? But wouldn't it sound more amazing if it's a little old school tremolo? But you got this gorgeous clean sound, right? Say you just want to like jazz it up a little bit. I stepped on a big green clean machine. That's a neck single coil, tube screamer. Oh, that sounds like shit. That sounds like shit. That ain't gonna get you there. How about this King of Drive? There we go, that's the winner. But what if you need it to be a monster? Let's say you got a high gain pedal, right? You ever put a high gain pedal in front of a twin? I haven't. Let's find out what happens. We're using the Chinese Friedman Brown Eye. You're a dumbass, Alan. All of us twin owners know you can't push the front of it with something stupid and make it sound good. Or make it sound metal. Oh, it's a Vox. We know what it is. AC30. Aha, aha. See, now we couldn't do that with the Fender Twin, but with the Vox AC30, for some reason, it liked that old fake Friedman pedal in the front. It certainly did. They were friends right away. To it. I'm struggling for words here because this is so good. It's obviously, this is a whole different world from modeling. I've never messed with a capture device. So yeah, that's showing you that you can use this with your pedals. Deluxe 65. Now here's another great example. This is a Fender Clean, a studio stalwart. Sorry, it comes with its own lovely reverb. Is that what you would play on a Deluxe 65 Deluxe Reverb? But what if that ain't man enough for you? What if you need to get your stuff on? You got that humbucker and you stomp on a screamer. Let's try the King of Drive. Oh, I like that one better there too. But what if you wanted to juice it a little more? That's the hot side of the King of Drive. Give me a very 70s vibe kind of. Now I just turned on both sides of the King of Drive there. That's a nice sound too. Let's try that as a rhythm tone. What's wrong with that? So now there's like 100 rigs, captures, whatever here, preloaded, and there's a shit ton of stuff you can get off the internet. Let's just see what the hell is in here. And we find something fun, we'll do fun shit with it. This is a dual rectifier, I suppose. See, now they captured that dry, obviously, because that's what the chuggy people like. No reverb, please. No reverb. They don't want anything that's going to blur that pick attack. Oh, that's a real satisfying one right away. Give me light. Do you want to guess which pedal I got on? gonna be. It's noisy. Now what's really interesting about that when you switch to that you don't find in modelers generally, is God bless America, man. They sampled it.
Idiotic, yes.
Or whatever, it's not sampling, whatever they did, they captured it with a lot of noise. Now, I just stepped on the tube screamer with that one and it sounded killer. I guess this is a Soldano SLO. Marshall JCM 800 B. Nice. I put a tube screamer on it. Let's do the 59 Bassman. This is just raw dog. No reverb. I don't think the Bassman had reverb. Psych. Listen to that stringy, chewy, Dumble-esque. It's obvious that Fender was chasing Dumble tone when they invented the Bassman. Too big, that's what she said. Is that even a thing? Too big? Ladies, leave it in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
I put a tube screamer on it. Very satisfying, very...
That's what she said.
You did it to me, you bastards. They knew I was doing this video little. All right, what's little? Little's got a little panache. Can we make it bigger? Tube screamer? So you can take something little and add a little something to it, make it bigger.
You naughty, naughty. You teasing me.
Now this should be interesting. This is somebody has captured in JCM 800 with a tube screamer already there. No, I did to that one. Let's see, what did I do? Reverb and delay. Now I know what you're thinking. What happens if you add another tube screamer to it? Well, what did we learn today? We learned, or at least I did, that the Tonex pedal has an enormous amount of captured rigs already inside it, all ready to go. We also found it intuitively easy to use. I was up and running in less than 5 minutes without ever touching a manual. And finally, we learned that despite the lack of an effects loop, You absolutely can run your dirt pedals into the front of this thing and then go out of it straight to your loop type pedals, straight into the effects return of an amp, and it performs gloriously, sounds amazing. It may go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Thank you so much to my friends and partners at zZounds for loaning me that Tonex pedal. Link will be in the description. As always, I thank you for the time that you spend with the channel. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. You got some friends with some really hideous BO, or maybe bad breath, or maybe they don't wash their hair often enough. Those people are perfect for GearGasms. You should send them here. And nobody's going to care if your hair is dirty, your breath stinks, or you have body odor if you're wearing GearGasms merch. I promise you, they won't. Whatever you do in the next 7 days, don't tell Yoko Ono about it, unless she's going to come and sing for us, because fuck yeah. But play more guitar. Watch less of this, and keep coming back here week after week for more GearGasms.